Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. Now, I like to thank everybody, man, who's been supporting the page. You guys don't know how much you mean to me, man. The page is growing. It's slowly but surely, you know, we're growing. And I just thank all of you guys, man. The video we did yesterday, you guys were there with me from the beginning to end, even when I had to step away for a minute, man. I thank sincerely and everybody, Burundi, all of them guys, Nick Jacobs, Clem, LB So Wavy, Uncle Frank, Detroit T, man. All of them have been a blessing. I can't wait one day for all us to meet and chill. Terrell Hubbard, Leafo, man. Love and success. Thank you. All if I missed you, Charles Brown, man. You gotta go to my email and send me your number so we could chop it up since we both work for the same company. Just to see what's up with you, man. And then shout out to Ryan Gilmore, man, for making it over. Shout out to Chappelle, man. I know he be busy and everything, but whenever he come through from the Bay, man, I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody, Valentine, um, everybody. Cool Beans, that's my big bro. Even though we get into it, Kraken, of course, man. Me and Kraken gonna get things pumping, man. Once he get up here, we finna tear everything up. And shout out to everybody, man. I'm Nick Jacobs, man. Nick the Animal. That's Nick the Animal, dog. You feel me? Little bro, man. Be on it. I'm proud of him. And he's a guy who don't smoke or drink. And that's very inspirational, man. People don't understand, like, that's hard to find. A young kid, man, who got his head on right. Shout out to Damon, man. Damon, I hope you're doing well. Damon Nettles, his mom passed away, man. It's real sad. He's really going through it. I talked to him on Instagram, making sure he's okay. And shout out to Jose, man. Jose is a lifesaver, man. Please go subscribe to Jose Rodriguez. I think it's Jose Rodriguez, the Seahawks fan. I'm gonna put his put his name there. Shout out to C Pen for the win, man. That's my dog at Buku. We go at it, but we be on point. Shout out to everybody, man. For real. Shout out to Blair. Shout out to my boy Blair, man. Whenever be easy, basically, you know him as he's been dealing with a family member. Pray for that family member. That they get back safe and everything, going through what they're going through. And shout out to King Jeffrey Joe Fuck. Next time I'm gonna have feathers out here, man. The flower, the rose petals for you to walk on, man. But if I missed you, I apologize, man. Oh yeah, Andrew Walker. I can't forget Andrew Walker and Andre Bailey, my brother Andre Bailey, Andrew Walker. If I missed you, if I missed anybody, I apologize. There's a lot of names to remember. Uncle Frank, man, love that brother, Uncle Frank, man. Uncle Frank knows his stuff, man. He always building with us. Who else? I think I said everybody. Okay, now time to get into the grease. Devin Booker. I'm gonna talk about him first, and then I'm gonna talk about Eli Manning. Oh yeah, shout out to Sir Bishop. That's my guy. He's pissing me off about this guy Eli, but shout out to Devin Booker. Devin Booker has really, really surprised me. He surprised me a lot. At first I did not like him. I thought he was a spoiled brat. I thought he was, a crybaby. But he could always play. Devin could always play. To me, he lacked defense, and some of his shots that he was taking was kind of off, and he worked on a post game. He worked on a mid range as well as his 3-point shot, and he's been deadly. He has been, to me, the best player so far in the playoffs. Devin Booker has been the best player, and he continues to show you that, look, I'm here to stay. You guys are going to have to accept me or not. And that's just how it is. After Chris Paul tried to throw the first series against the Lakers, I don't care what any content creator says, Chris Paul faked that injury. And I lost respect for Chris Paul. But I'm going to say allegedly because I don't have inside information. So I'm going to say allegedly. But he allegedly tried to throw that series. Him and LeBron are best friends. He's the godfather of LeBron's kids, and he's the president of the NBA of the Players Union, which LeBron James is colluded in all of that stuff. So I don't want to hear this bullshit from the people. If you don't like what I'm saying, don't fucking come on my channel. All right. I don't like what Paul is doing, but I will root for Devin Booker. And Cameron Payne is another guy who surprised me because Cameron Payne grew up from being Russell Westbrook's backup dancer, and to a legitimate NBA player. And I think next year, I think he could start. I think he could start, and I think he'll be an effective starter. We'll see. But, he could end up being like Schroeder or Lou Williams, which he only could ball coming off the bench. Now, Booker in those games against Denver, what he did was he attacked the mid range. He hit the three. He was moving the ball. Devin Booker has learned how to make the extra pass. This is something Jason Tatum had to learn. You got to make the extra pass. You can't always settle for the three. And sometimes Tatum is settling for too much. But their situation is different. Booker really has his whole team together. Tatum didn't. Jaylen Brown was hurt. Jaylen Brown is a very key piece to them. But Devin Booker has been good. But the thing I need you guys to stop doing is he is not Kobe Bryant. Okay, I know you guys don't like Kobe. You're trying to devalue him. Kobe Bryant was a whole nother monster. He was a whole nother player. You guys always talk about Kobe's offense. Kobe Bryant was defending at a high level from I say 2000, 2001 all the way to 2012 or 13. He was guarding the best players, and he was guarding point guards. And he was guarding guys who came off the screen. The guy is a 12-time all-defense team and 9-time first team because he earned that. He didn't need the media he didn't need the NBA to coerce the coaches to vote for him like they did LeBrownies. They didn't need that. He earned it. He proved it. He showed it. I could show you film on some great defensive plays that he did, and he also made some poor defensive plays, but it wasn't that much. And then people are going to be like, well, Phil Jackson was a fucking hater. Phil Jackson was mad because Kobe Bryant didn't kiss his ass. And Phil Jackson was feeling like he was above Kobe. He has that personality where he has that ego where I won 6 with Mike, and like he was the reason the Bulls won. Like it's sickening. But Devin Booker is Devin Booker. Now, do they have some similarities? Yeah. They both have the same arrogant attitude. They both are very good at shooting from the 3 and the mid range. The fadeaway, Kobe's was a little better. He was more, I believe, more nimble than Devin was. And then, Devin, he goes left. He's not as strong going left as Kobe was. See, that's what people forget. Kobe could go. He was just as strong going left as he was his right, because he broke his wrist and he practiced with his left hand shooting and dribbling, like, you know, every practice, every time he was out, at the park. But I give Devin Booker his flowers, but I just do not see I just don't see Devin Booker being Kobe. I don't see it. um so I don't know. You know, that's just to me. But and this is a straight post. People don't understand it's it's about team and everything. Devin Booker has been amazing. Now, I know I'm going into another sport. Listen, Eli Manning is not a damn Hall of Famer. Okay? I know Sir Bishop wants him to be. Look, Eli Manning was on the trade block that season that you guys made the playoffs in '07. Y'all made the playoffs barely. Y'all got on a hot streak because Plaxico Burress was balling. He was killing that whole season. You had a front four that was vicious, a front seven actually. And then you had a running game. You had three running backs who took the pressure. Eli Manning was giving the ball mostly to the running backs. And then he started throwing once you guys were down or the game was waning, he would make plays. Now Eli Manning is clutch. I give you that. Eli is clutch. He's probably one of the most clutches, if not clutches, player outside of Tom Brady to ever play in this game. You would put him up there. Joe Montana, I believe, was clutcher. Unitas. You got a lot of guys. But dog, y'all had a good front four. Now you want to go to the following year where hold on. You want to go to the following year. You want to go to the following year. I believe I forgot what you said. You said, let's see. Okay. You're talking about 2011. Okay. You didn't even mention the 2007 because you know that season was a fluke. You guys were 9-7. 9-7. Y'all won your wild card game. The defense at the end balled out. Now, let's see. Your team stats and everything. Your offense was ranked 8th. Okay? Which I give you that. But this is your offense. Your offense was like, let me see. Passing wise, you guys had like 6 touchdowns and you guys threw, like, as a team, you guys had 29 touchdowns. Now, let's see. Your offense was ranked now, your defense, Sir Bishop, was ranked 27th in giving up the yards. All right, correct? Now, points scored by a team. Your defense was ranked 25th. Your offense was ranked 9th. Now, in yards, your offense was ranked 8th. So, Eli Manning had an offense. He had help. It wasn't just him balling out. And then you guys were ranked 8 in yards. Y'all were ranked 27. Now, team turnovers lost. You guys' offense was ranked 16 in team turnovers because Eli Manning was a turnover machine. Now, let's look at your defense. Your defense was ranked 5th in turnovers, which means even though you gave up yards, Sir Bishop, your defense still was getting turnovers to put your offense that was ranked 9th and 8th in yards in position to score. Now, let's look at fumbles lost by a player. Your offense was ranked 10th. That is terrible, dog, for a quarterback of Eli Manning you say is a Hall of Famer. No, he's not. Now, look at the defense. The defense was ranked 7th for forcing turnovers. Okay? Now, in touchdowns, your defense was ranked, I believe, 25th because they didn't really get a lot of touchdowns. But in interceptions, your team, interceptions thrown, your team was ranked 19th. So if Eli Manning is such a great quarterback, why were your team ranked 19th in interceptions thrown? Bishop? Then in interceptions, your defense was ranked 6th. So your defense was great at turning the ball over. That's all I'm saying. Now, the rushing yards your team played against, your team wasn't that good defensively as far as yards. But when it came to turnovers, your team created a lot of turnovers. That's why you guys would win games. That's why y'all would win key games, because of the turnovers. Now, passing. Eli Manning had a record of 9-7. He threw for 61%, which is decent, not a good, especially if he's a pocket passer and he's at 61%. Then he had 29 TDs to 16 INTs. You guys diss Lamar Jackson for not having a lot of TDs. So what makes Eli exempt? You had 16 INTs? Really? His rating, of course, was 92.9. His quarterback rating. Your QBR was a 64, which is not good. And game-winning drives, he's only had 6 game-winning drives. Now, that was that season. Now, let's look at him from his career. Eli Manning's quarterback record, his team record, he is 117 in 117, Sir Bishop. You're really going to say this guy's a Hall of Famer, and he threw only 60%. That's it. Yards per average, 7. TDs total, 366, 244 INTs. Now, let's look at his career. He led the league 3 times in interceptions. Interceptions. Now, let's look at his records. His first year, he went 1-6. I don't put that on him. Kurt Warner was starting, and then they just decided to throw him into the fire. The second season, they went 11-5. They lost in the playoffs, I believe. His third season, they went 8-8. Now, 2007, which they won the Super Bowl, the 2007 to 2008 season, they went 10-6. He threw 20 interceptions. In 2008, he was 12-4. And they lost in the first round because I think Plaxico shot himself that season. Now, 2009, you guys went 8-8. 2010, you guys went 10-6. You went 9-7 under Eli in 2011. You guys won the Super Bowl that year. But the year before that, he threw 25 INTs. He only was completing, let me tell you, his first year, he was at 48%. His second year, he was at 53%. And you're a pocket passer. That's terrible. Then he was at 58%, then 56%. Then he went up to 60% in 08, 09, 10, and 11. Then he was at 60 in 2012. But you guys finished 9-7. You missed the play. I think y'all lost that year in the playoffs. And he went 7-9. He went 6-10, 6-10, 11-5 that year. Y'all lost, I believe, because of Odell's boat trip. Then you had 3-12. 5-11, and then he was 1-3 before he was benched. Okay, so your guys' QB record is 117 out of 117. All right, now let's go to his brother. Peyton Manning's QB record is 186-79. Now, in the postseason, I will give you Eli Manning is a better postseason player. But that's if you get to the postseason. Peyton Manning has never missed a postseason as a starting quarterback but his early years. That was it. Now, let's go to Brett Favre. Brett Favre is 186-112. He rarely missed the playoffs, dude. Okay? Now, let's go to Donovan McNabb. Donovan McNabb is 98-62. And he's a black quarterback. McNabb has never led the league in interceptions. Ever. Throwing interceptions. So, dude, Eli Manning is a good quarterback. He's an okay quarterback. He's not good, dog. Don't nobody respect this guy. He is not a Hall of Fame quarterback. This dude's career has been average at best. He's been average. I know it's hard for you to believe because you're a Giants fan, but dude, your teams that year were awesome. That 2011 team, y'all were in the top 5 or top 10 of turning the ball over, of getting turnovers. I remember that team because I watch those guys every day, and statistically, I picked you guys to go back to the Super Bowl because you guys turned the ball over. You guys got the interceptions. Your defense turned the ball over and put your team in perfect position. Then you forgot you had Brandon Jacobs and Ahmad Bradshaw. You had You had Akeem Nicks. You had Mario Manningham, and you had Victor Cruz. Are you serious, Sir Bishop? Your team was stacked, and you were 9-7. You know why you were 9-7? Because Eli was trash. You guys were losing to the teams you were supposed to beat, but you kept beating the teams that were good. That's one thing I give Eli. He always played good against the big teams. But as a quarterback, that dude below average. Get the hell out of here, bro. Get the hell out of here. Yes, Terrell Hubbard, I agree. Eli Manning wasn't, no, I agree, but I disagree. He was a below average quarterback. QB. So let's end that. Thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, share this, hit the notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. And if you like what you hear, you can donate to the page by Cash Apping me at the word welcome, the number 2, and then HDIITV. Thank you for listening, and we're out. Daisy!